and you're looking forward to. Hoping your Thursday was amazing and you're looking forward to closing the month strong, since this is the last week of the month. Of course, it has been extended to Monday. And today we are talking about goals and we are closing the month. So I hope we are still in track and still in progress with our goals. So I'm just going to share a document that I'm going to take you guys through the business. Just a minute. Okay. So the topic today is why we all should set goals, and I honestly hope that this training will be helpful, to help transform different areas of life, because our life is surrounded by a lot of things, not just business, not just forever living products, and the things that happen around us, they control how we're going to do our business. So I'm going to share some tips about goal setting, why we should set goals, and what we need to do to help us to get to the goals that we want to achieve in life. So a bit introduction about myself, the person behind the screen. My name is Charity Gabana. I'm a forever business owner. I joined this business I knew about Forever Living Products back in 2017, and I joined in 2018. And I'm a manager in the business, Forever Living Products. I am also a student, so I'm doing Forever Living Products part-time. And I lead and mentor a team of amazing and excited and young individuals. And my team is called the Emerald Control Squad. And I am forever proud. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys through the guidelines, through the things that I have been doing personally and has helped me to get to the level that I am right now. And of course, one of the main thing is setting goals. When Akuri reached out to me and he asked me actually to choose a topic to talk to you guys about, and the first topic that came to my mind is goal setting, because I'm somebody who's, passionate and driven when I have goals written down. So that's it about me. And well, before we go deep into goals, before we go deep into why we need to set goals, the type of goals that we have, we need to understand what are goals, okay? We need to understand what are goals, and a definition of goals and a clear understanding of goals is that a goal is an idea of the future or something you desire to achieve in the future. And it's a plan or an aim that you are committed to achieve, So if you actually sit down with yourself right now and you look at your life right now, probably the things that you've achieved right now, and a month earlier or an year earlier or some few weeks earlier, you had sat down and thought that you wanted to achieve something and you've actually achieved it. So goals are things that, they surround us in life and they control a lot of things that happen in our lives. So basically, a goal is an idea of how you want your future to be, okay? So, this is going to be a very short and sweet training, not so much, but I hope you get something out of it. So what are some of the types of goals that we have? One of the goals is spiritual goals. So I believe, personally, I'm a believer, and each and everyone who is in this training, or, just people generally, I know there's a supernatural power that you believe in. Either you're a Christian or a Muslim or whatever religion that you are, I believe that there's a supernatural power that you believe in that control things that happen to you or to us. So one of the goals that we all need to have and understand is there's the spiritual goal. So Maybe as a Christian, you can set a goal of maybe going to church every Sunday, giving back to the community, having a personal relationship with God. If you are a Muslim, also you have goals that you can set down, to help increase your belief in the supernatural power that you believe in. The next kind of goal that is there is the health goal. Apart from a spiritual goal, we have the health goal, because for you to be able to achieve any other goal, be it financial, be it business, be it family goals, you have to be healthy. Health is number one priority. So before you set any other goals, it's very important to understand that health should be given, high priority. And just to touch on a few things that you can set, you can write down maybe when you're setting your health goals is maybe working out, checking your diet, checking your weight. Those are some of the things that are involved in the health goal category. The other type of goal that we have is the personal development goals. Human beings, change is inevitable, and every day you need to challenge yourself to learn something new, because you cannot just be the old person that you were before with the old knowledge that you had before. Right now the world is changing, things are coming up, technology is coming up, so you need to have a goal of developing yourself as an individual, developing your skills and growing as a person. So there's personal development goals, and then also there's family goals. Yeah, so just to touch on family goals, maybe you can have a goal of maybe improving communication with your family, doing something for your family, helping your family here and there. So those are some of the examples of things that you can do you can write down or you can have when it comes to family goals. There's also business goals. Yeah. So right now we are all forever business owners, and for you to be able to do this business and just do it well, it's very important for you to have your goals written down. What do you want to achieve in Forever Living Products? What are some of the things that you want to do for yourself? And this is the category of business goals. Another category of goals we have is the financial goals. Money, they say money ranks up there with oxygen. So you need to have financial goals, like how much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to save? What kind of investments do you want to have, and stuff like that. So it's very, very, very important for each and every one of us to understand that we need to have financial goals, because they will even help us to be disciplined. The next thing I'm going to talk about is why we need to set goals, but just to touch on financial goals. When you don't have financial goals, you won't be much, disciplined when it comes to spending money, saving money, and all that. So it's very important to understand that there are financial goals, and we also have social goals, how you want to associate with people. Human beings, we are social people. We are meant to interact and associate with each other. So you need to set social goals. There are people who say that they are introverts, they don't talk to people, they don't associate with people. But it's very, very, very important to get yourself out there, especially if you're planning to get into the business world. That is Forever Living Products, for example. You need to get yourself out there. So if you have a weakness of not being social or being an introvert, you need to sit down with yourself and say, I have a weakness in this, this, and this, and it's going to cost me in my business. So I need to set my goals on how I'm going to be social out there, interact with people, make friends, and all that. Even if it is going out with setting a goal of going maybe hiking with friends every weekend, or after every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it's very important to set such goals. And of course, we have the romantic goals, because it actually falls on the part of social goals, because we are human beings, we are social beings, and we all deserve to love and to be loved. So we also need to set our romantic goals. All right. So when it comes to setting goals, it is very important to be smart. Don't just set goals for the sake of setting goals, just because your mentor has asked you to set your goals, or just because you attended a motivational speaker's training and they talked about goals. be smart, sit down with yourself and know yourself, and know what you want. And when you actually do that, you'll be able to set smart goals. So I'll touch on each of the abbreviation. S goes for specific. So when you sit down to write goals, it's very important to be specific on what exactly you want. For example, let me talk about people who love cars. The poor here who love cars, the poor here who love traveling, who love who have interest in real estate and all that. So for example, if you're somebody who loves cars and your goal in life, maybe the next 1 year, 2 years, you want to own a Mercedes, or you want to own a BMW, or whatever car it is that you like, you need to be specific about it. You need to say, you need to find out, what exactly is contained in a Mercedes, what color of Mercedes do you want, what model do you want. So it's very important for you to be specific, because when you are specific, you actually know that you're working towards something, all right? So for example, if you have a goal of travel and you want to be a global trotter, and if somebody asks you, maybe your name is Mary, what's your goal? And you're like, I just want to travel. And when you ask where you want to travel to, you have no idea. So you see, there's no specificity in that goal. So it's very important to be specific with the goals that we write down. And then also it's very important to be to consider measurability when it comes to setting your goals. Okay, it's very important. For example, if you want to, let's talk about financial goals. I had talked about the type of goals earlier. Let's talk about financial goals. So maybe your goal this year is to become a 6-figure income earner. That means, maybe your goal this year is to make money. But if you're asked, how much money do you want to make, by June, by the end of the year, you have no idea. So you see, that is just a vague goal. So you need to have a goal that is measurable in such a way what exactly you're working towards. And then when you're setting goals, also you need to consider setting goals that are achievable. That means you need to know yourself, you need to know your current state, where you are and where you want to go, okay? So it's very important to set goals that are achievable and don't overwhelm yourself, because sometimes there are people who set goals, but at the back of their mind, they're like, I'm just setting it, but it might not come to pass. So it's very important to be realistic also when you're setting your goals, and give your goals a time bound. For example, if your goal here is, I believe everyone here is a forever business owner, and if you're not a manager yet, I know that you're working towards getting to your manager step. So if you're working to your manager step, have you sat down with yourself and looked at the resources that you have, looked at your team, looked at your customer base, looked at all the things that you have right now, and determined when you want to go manager? If your mentor sits down with you right now and asks you, Mary, John, Kamau, when do you want to go to manager? And you have no idea, or you're not even sure about it, it's likely not going to happen. So it's very important for you to sit down with yourself and give your goals a time duration. For example, I want to be a manager by the end of June. I want to be a manager by December. I want to become a 6-figure income earner by next year but one. So that when that time comes and you have not achieved that goal, you will go back to the drawing board and see what you did not do right and get back to work. So I hope you're good up to there. So when setting goals also, it's very important to consider the SWOT analysis. I'll just touch a little bit on SWOT analysis. First of all, you need to understand your strengths. We are human beings, not everybody is perfect. Somebody has a strength somewhere and somebody does not have a strength somewhere. So for example, let's talk about in Forever Living products. What are your strengths? Sorry. Are you good in recruiting? Are you good in retailing? Are you good in inviting? Are you good in doing trainings? So sit down with yourself and identify yourself and know where your strengths are. You also need to know your weaknesses, okay? You also need to know your weaknesses, where you're not very good at, and make sure you seek help from people whom you know have a certain strength. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. So you need to know your weaknesses and then identify people who have certain strengths that you need and can help you to better your weaknesses. Okay, and also you need to take advantage of, now this is where the opportunity comes in handy. So after you've known your strength and you've known your weaknesses, take advantage of the opportunities that are available. Like right now, we have a training going on. So if you're somebody who probably you have a hard time explaining to your team members or doing a training to your team members about goal setting, about how to set goals, what to do, you need to take advantage of the current opportunities that are set by the company right now, like these trainings that are happening, trainings for other teams. Take such opportunities so that you can improve yourself as an individual, okay? And then, of course, under the SWOT analysis, there's the threats. These are things that sometimes are not in our control. You see, like, for example, right now, there's Corona, there's COVID-19. It came about, nobody knew that it was going to come. It came about as a threat in our business. So are you going to allow it to let go of your goals? Because right now, we're talking about goals. Because I know there are people who set goals at the beginning of last year, at the beginning of this year, but are using Corona as an excuse. Corona came in, so I was not, I didn't go to Manager because of Corona. I didn't do this because of Corona. So threats will always be there in any business, in all areas of life. Threats are always there because these are things that sometimes we cannot control. So are you going to let them to let you let go of your goals? Absolutely not. So these are some of the things we need to consider when we are setting our goals. So back to the main topic today, why we should set goals. I hope we are together and you've gotten a better understanding what goals are, okay? What goals are, what you need to consider when you're setting goals. And one of the reasons why we should set goals is that goals give you a long-term vision. As I had explained earlier, a goal, it is a vision of where you want to be or what you want to achieve in life. So if you have goals written, or if you have goals for yourself, you will visualize of where you want to be in the future. Let me talk about, for example, if you have a goal of becoming an Eagle manager, you'll visualize, like right now, we've been told the travels are back. If you become an Eagle manager, you have the opportunity to travel with the company. So if you have a goal written down of becoming an Eagle manager, you start visualizing on, how you're going to travel, how the trip is going to be paid for you, how you're going to spend in a nice hotel. So goals give you a long-term vision, okay? They give you a long-term and a clear vision of where you want to be. Another reason why we need to set goals is goals keep you disciplined, okay? Because are always in our lives. But now when you have goals written down, they keep you disciplined in such a way, distractions won't keep you away from what you're working on, okay? And then goals give you motivation to keep on keeping on, because this is life and there are ups and downs, things happen here and there. But then now when you have goals written down and maybe you do something and it does not work how you wanted it to work, but you had goals written down, you keep on keeping on, okay? So it's very important to have goals so that you can be motivated to keep on working. And goals also help you to measure progress. When you have goals written down, you won't see like your life is stagnant or you're just in the same place year in, year out. When you have, let's say, for example, when the year began, if you had written down your goals for January, February, March, April, May, until where we are right now, if you look back at January and you look back at February and you had written down your goals and you had achieved them, you will see progress in your life. Okay, you will see progress in your life. But if you had not written down your goals, it's going to be very difficult to see progress in your life. So it's very important to write down goals so that you can see progress in your life. And then also it's very important to write down goals to help you acquire knowledge. For example, let me go back to the type of goals I had talked about. There was the self-development goals. So if you're somebody who is struggling with public speaking, if you're somebody who's having a challenge, maybe in online marketing and all that, you will definitely write down that goal and find the resources to help you grow yourself. Okay, so that means you will go online, you will research, you will attend trainings, you will attend classes. So in that case, you will also acquire knowledge, you will grow yourself as an individual. So it's very important to set goals so that you can acquire knowledge. And then also goals help you to organize your time and resources. Okay, so that you cannot be a time waster. And also goals trigger new behaviors, because when you write down goals, you become very committed, you become disciplined. If you're somebody who is not disciplined, you become disciplined, you become committed, you become motivated. So it helps you to develop good, positive behaviors. Goals also help you to sustain momentum, okay, and give you clarity of the future. I had talked about that earlier. And goals also help you to build confidence, because when you write down goals and you achieve them, you feel good about yourself, and you definitely feel confident about yourself that you can achieve the next goal, okay? And then goals also help you to achieve more. Quick question. Have you ever written down goals, and have you ever written down a goal and you actually surpassed that goal? How do you feel? I believe you feel well. For example, let's say if you write down as FBOs, if you write down a goal of, I want to be a 4CC, a qualifier, but so that I can be recognized by the company. And when 15th kicks in, means you will have achieved more. You understand? So goals, writing down goals help you to achieve more, and even help you feel better about yourself. And then also goals help you to beat procrastination, because we are told you need to set goals that scare you. You need to set goals that wake you up in the morning, so you won't even have time for procrastinating. I hope I'm clear up to there. So after understanding the reasons why we need to set goals and how we need to set goals, so what do we do to check in with the goals that we've written down? Okay, we don't just write down goals for fun or because it's the norm. You know, it's new year, it's new month, new week. I need to write down my goals because it's a new week. No. We need to write down goals because we need to achieve them, and we need to feel good about ourselves, and we need to see progress in our lives. So how do you check in with the goals that you have in mind? Let me talk about the goals that you have in mind. Forget about the ones you've written down. So how do you check in with them? Number one, you need to have an accountability. You need to try and have an accountability partner. An accountability partner is basically somebody who follows up, somebody whom, first of all, you share with them what you want, you share with them your goals, you share with them what you want to achieve in life, what you want to achieve in your business, in your personal life, and you tell them to check up on you at a certain date. Okay, so when you have an accountability partner, it's like they remind you of where you need to be, you know, when you become distracted or something like that. So number two way of checking if you're in line with your goals is having a reminder. You know, most of us here, actually all of us here who are here, I believe we have smartphones. You know, that's why we've actually logged into the meeting. So our smartphones have reminders. You can always use them to remind yourself on your goals. For example, if you're somebody who is working out or working on your fitness journey, you can set a reminder on maybe how many glasses of water you need to drink in a day. You know, our phones nowadays, they check on how many steps you take in a day. You know, you can even have a notebook somewhere in your book and remind yourself every day of the goals that you need to achieve. So it's very, very, very important to remind ourselves, because we are human beings. Sometimes we get overwhelmed with things. Sometimes a lot of things happen in our lives and we lose focus. So it's very important to have somewhere we can look at every time to remind us of where we are going, and then write them down. Personally, I have my goals written down in a manila paper in a room, and every time I wake up in the morning, I read my goals and remind myself why I am waking up in the first place. So it's very important for you to write them down. You can write them, okay. I advise you to write them down and put them in a place whereby you can see them every day. Sometimes you can write them in a notebook or a place that and stick them or put them in a place whereby you will see them every day. So another way we can check in with our goals is read them oftenly, to remind ourselves of why we are working in the first place. So as people set goals, what are some of the mistakes? What are some of the mistakes that people do when setting goals? Number one, not having a vision. Okay, it's very important to have a vision, because if you don't have a vision, then why are you living? If you have a vision, that means you want to be in a better place in life tomorrow. You want to be living in a better place tomorrow. You want to be driving a better car tomorrow. So if you don't have a vision, then what exactly are you doing? Okay, so you need to have a vision, and these are some of the mistakes that people do, not having a vision. Number two, not having a purpose of setting a goal. That's why I talked about some people set goals because it's new year, it's new week, we need to set goals, going by the crowd. You need to have a reason why you're setting your goals. So this is where it all comes back to having a why. Like, why am I doing this business? Or why am I working on my weight? Why am I working on my relationship? Why am I working on my relation with my friends? So you need to have a reason of why you want to achieve that goal. For example, if you want to make more money, why do you want to make that money? Number one, to improve the lifestyle of my family, to improve my own lifestyle, to do this, and that. So you need to have a reason of why you're setting a particular goal. So if it is a health goal, why do you want to lose weight? So that I can feel better, so that I can fit in my clothes and all that. Okay. Another mistake that people do is not having, setting unrealistic goals. And you find that some people, they just set goals that in the back of their mind, they know they're not going to achieve that goal. So it's very important to be real with yourself, okay? Be real with yourself, know your current situation, know your current resources, and set goals that are realistic to achieve at that particular time. And then not having a plan. You see, having a goal without a plan is just a wish. And for how long are you going to wish to own a car? For how long are you going to wish to travel the world? So it's very important for you to have a goal and actually have a plan. And we are actually very lucky to have a plan already. We have Forever Living as a plan to help us achieve our goal. And then not taking any action. What's the point of setting a goal if you're not taking any action? It's just a waste of time. So it's very important to understand that goals are written down to drive us so that we can take action and achieve what we want to achieve. So whatever it is that you want in life, never tell yourself that you can't do it. No, you can do it. As long as you set your mind into it, you put in the work, okay, and be consistent. So enough about goals. Let's talk about, enough about reasons why we need to set goals. Let's talk about the goals that we have in Forever Living. Some of the goals that we have in Forever Living products that can help you. Now, after you're done with this training, now you can sit with yourself and say, these are the things that I can achieve in Forever Living products. Okay, this is how I can connect them to the goals that I have written down right now. Okay, so number one is deciding to do the business, okay? Number two is making your first order, making your first order, and getting these clients. This should be a goal, getting the clients, because if you can't get the clients, definitely your business will be stagnant. Another goal that you can have in our business is moving to assistant supervisor, but I believe each and everyone here is an FBO, that is an assistant supervisor and above. Now, if you're an assistant supervisor and above, your next goal should be to do what? Moving to the next step in a marketing plan, that is the supervisor, assistant manager, and manager. So now when you realize the goals that you want to achieve, let's say right now, if it is a manager step, now go back to the drawing board. Look at, do I have a team? Do I have a customer base? Do I have a way of generating? Set a particular goal. Now go back to the drawing board. What do I need to do to get me to manager, to get me to supervisor? All right. So another goal that you can have in our business, of course, is building a customer base. So it's very important to have a customer base and building a team also. Another goal is coaching your team. Maybe you're here and you're really having a hard time doing Zoom meetings or having time training team members. You can tell yourself and say, I want to improve, I want to be better, I want to be a trainer, I want to be a coach in my team. So this is my goal, to become a trainer and to become a coach in my team. What do I need to do about it? I need to attend trainings so that I can learn how people do it. I need to maybe practice it in front of people so that I can become more confident. So it's very important to set that goal. And then attending and conducting trainings. Yeah, the people who have a weakness in attending trainings and also conducting trainings, maybe their confidence is low. Qualifying for 4cc and 4cc and above, that is qualifying for incentives like Forever to Drive, Eagle Manager, Global Travels, and GLT. So these are some of the incentives, let me say, okay, some of the incentives and some of the things that you can achieve in Forever Living Products. And by achieving this, you can achieve now your personal goals. You get what I'm saying? For example, if you qualify for 4cc, that means you have over 40,000, okay, if you qualify for 4C and above, that means you have over 40,000 Kenya shillings. That means back in your financial goal, you can save, you can have investments, and you can do whatever it is that you want with your money. If you had a family goal of maybe taking your family to vacations and all that, by qualifying for 4cc and above, that means you have money. That means you can take your family out or do shopping for them. So it all comes back down to some of the goals in Forever Living Products. When you achieve them, you can be able to achieve the other personal goals that you wanted to achieve. So as I come to an end, as I mentioned earlier, this was a sweet training. Hope you've learned something from it and you're going to apply. So we need to set goals. We need to understand that setting goals is very important. Like there's no shortcut in success. That you're going to achieve things, you're going to become a millionaire or a six-figure income earner without actually having that goal in mind. So you need to set goals. Okay, after setting the goal, what's the plan now? What is the plan that is going to get me there? Okay, after getting the plan, get to work, because nothing good comes easy. There's work that needs to be put in, and then stick to it. Be consistent. Be consistent with the activity. Be consistent with looking for clients. Be consistent with talking to your team members. Be consistent with communicating with your clients. And remember, consistency is the name of the game. Okay, and after that, definitely I assure you, you're going to reach to your goal. So that is it from me. For those who came late, my name is Charity. I'm a student. I am also a Forever business owner. I'm a manager in the business, joined back in 2017, and so far so good. And this particular topic, goal setting and why we need to set goals, is what has actually guided me to where I am right now, and is what is helping me to also guide my team to where they want to be. So yes, that is it from me. Thank you for listening.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you, Charity. That was really good. And the timing is also perfect because next week we are in the middle of the year, and it's time for us to review some of those goals that we had put in place. That is, if you had goals at the beginning of the year. So without taking away what you've trained us, we really appreciate you, and just food for thought as we say goodnight. Successful people have successful habits. Mediocre people have mediocre habits. It's all about the choices that you make. So that is a food for thought for today. So otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you all for listening. Have a good night. Take care of yourself and be blessed.
Good night.